We see Donald J. Trump, in Georgia with Fannie the Nutcase Jackass Wills, what I'm saying? This is coming by Matthew in Pali on 11/13/23 at 9:18 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Coming off the New York week and also, it look like the New York week 90, coming in. And we see here where, according to the situation, we see the president of the United States, the champion himself, long live the champion, Donald J. Trump, the president receives good news on his 2020 election case in Fulton County, Georgia, as a co-defendant announced recently that taking he would not be taking a plea deal. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Because if he takes the plea deal, then it would be saying that most of the people that you say was involved with Donald J. Trump is guilty. And see, we prove it to you. See, we prove it to you. They were guilty all along. Well, same thing they did doing with trying to do with COVID. You know what I'm saying? Now that millions of people are showing up to the hospital, sick as a dog and dying and shit from the bullshit that they did. Now they can say, "Oh yeah, see, there's a big virus and a powerful COVID virus coming out." You know what I'm saying? And it goes to show the truth. And see, I told you, because you're an ass. Now, how long is the American people, or not all, let's clarify that, but many, is going to continue to support a demon democratic cultic party who have been destroying your ass from within for fucking 47 years? I'm not even going to go past that. Because 40 fucking 7 years of the bullshit, you should be tired now. You should be ready for a fucking change. While you talking about Joe Biden have polling ratings is close to 2 points behind or 4 points. He should be 100 fucking points behind. This has nothing to do if there are good demon democratic cultic candidates or those in government who is Democrats but doing the right thing. This has nothing to do with that. You should be ready for a change all around the fucking board. Can't you see clearly what has taken place all the way up to what we're looking at now, including Ukraine and Russia and on the Gaza Strip, Ethiopia, Sudan, and every fucking part of place around this world that war is ensuing due to democratic and demon democratic policies and rules in our fucking world? How long will you continue to let them brainwash your dumbass and vote them and keep them in power? On one of Trump's defendants, you know what I'm saying? You know, I guess his name is, what is his name? Ren, whatever, Stephanie, Cliff God or whatever, Lee. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who these names are and why we have to sit here pronounce it all the way down the line. Talking about some reverend or whatever his name is. I guess it's Reverend or whatever, Reverend or whatever, Stephanie, Cliff God, and Lee. You know what I'm saying? Announced at an event last week that he has no plans to take a plea deal in the case brought by Fulton County dumb ass, jackass, nigger, Fannie the Gut Wills. You're an ass. I don't care if you don't like me, but I don't like you. Never will and never will until you have proven yourself worthy. Fannie Wills, you know more than a puppet show for the money. You know more than a puppet for the evilness. You know more than a puppet, and you are a fucking mother at that. Claiming to be a black woman in this here country. with the black melanin and godlike power in you, and this is what you fucking do. Same thing goes for that jackass in New York you call Letitia the jackass nigger James. I ain't cutting no short on you. Because if it was a crack, I would say cracker. But there are a lot of good ones in this country that means well for our country. So we cannot say every cracker. Cut that out. This is a certain group in there, along with black people and other races of people in that particular group, that we must move out their tyrant ass on both sides. Black, white, green, purple, orange, Arab, whatever, Palestine, whatever race you are, here in the United motherfucking States. You have the greatest country. You have a free state where you can go down the middle of the street by the millions and protest without literally being shot, killed, or bombed. And you gonna sit the fuck up here and vote for this clown ass motherfucker who caused this in the first fucking place. I'm not talking to every single American. I'm talking to the idiot ones, the jackasses that continue to go down the same fucking road year in and year out, voting for these demon blood sucking bitches. Wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. Let's just be real. Wake your dumb ass the fuck up. Cut the bullshit out. Stop listening to every fucking thing some dumbass tell you. Now, when we look at the border situation, what did the demon Democrats tell you caused that, Donald Trump? This was caused by Obama, a demon Democrat, Hillary Clinton, all of them, including creepy ass nutcase, sweet bum fucking pedophilia Biden. This was caused by them. And then what did you do? You tried to swindle it off onto Donald Trump. Hmm? Let's look at Ukraine situation. Creep Joe Biden paid the NATO nations billions of dollars, all of them, for years, feeding them nations billions of our taxpayers' dollars to join in their NATO criminal organization, to call themselves policing the world. And then use that same forte to manipulate and cause what we see today as the Ukraine war. What did he tell you about it? Oh, they want to join NATO? No. The reason why Zelensky wants to join NATO is so that they can have a strategical position in old Russia, which is Russia, Moscow, Russia, all of it put together. How the fuck can Ukraine be a Russian, have Russian blood and Russian, but you have a city called Ukraine? You are Russian, motherfucker. Not act like it. And get Zelensky the fuck up out of that seat. And put somebody in there who cares about the Ukrainian and the poor people of Ukraine. The old Ukrainians still living in their little huts and shit. Don't show us you giving them some piece of bread and this and that and the third. And they, oh, we love you and all this bullshit. We want to take care of them wholeheartedly. Not using them as a tool in order to fuel a war that should not fucking be. You garbage. You garbage then, and you garbage now. Give me that bullshit. You garbage, nigga. Showing us those old people over there on TV And they cry, oh, and you can see the woman as old as I don't know what. She's living in a cold, broken down looking shack. And you already calling yourself, interviewing them. Why don't you help them? Why don't you move them out of there into great facilities where the lady could enjoy her life? Because she's Ukrainian and she's white? I must not feel this way as a black man? The shit I see going on in Africa, practicing new medicine on my people and killing them and the children, and I must not feel no way? Especially if I go over to Afghanistan and I must not feel it for the women? I must not feel it for them. I must not feel it for the children and all this and that. Don't mind that. That's my idiot kids screaming up the situation. You know what I'm saying? I must not feel any way for them. When you go into China, Japan, everywhere, and there is poor and oppressed people and people being organ harvest and all kinds of garbage going on there so to the people. I must not feel no way because I'm black and they're white looking. Life is life. You better get used to it, you dumb son of a bitch. I'm not cutting no punches. This is 2024 and we've got to clean this thing up. Enough is enough. And you should be tired of it. How far are you going to let these beasts drive your fucking country in while they give you talks of sweetness? While under the table and behind closed doors in the White House itself, they're scheming and causing hell and harem all across the global spectrum. What the fuck is wrong with people? Not all. Hmm? Now, when we look at here, finding the not God wills relating a alleged attempt to overturn the 2020 election in Chicago. No, he did not. Fanny, with your lying mother scorn. He ain't try to overturn a motherfucking thing. And if they did, like I said before, hypothetically, I'm saying, then they know how to reason why. Because look at the fuckery that you did. And look at the fuckery that you are facilitating and backing up and protecting. You jackass. So we know that you garbage. Because you believe you could tell the American people any fucking thing and they'll believe it. What they told you about the border? That it was Trump? What they told you about cleaning up the border situation and cleaning up our cities from all these migrants and these people running over in our country, flushing it out and shitting it up? What did they tell you about that? Oh, we're going to go over there and close the border and they're going to shut it on down like the good old Texan cowboys that we are. You expect that on a creepy bump head fucking log nut looking creep Joe large head Biden? You expect that to happen? So if that's the case, why didn't it happen? And why was the border patrol people told not to stop anyone, not to do anything, just let them all in? And it was accepted by the American people. Oh, yeah, let them all in because, you know, the border people trying to do their job and they're frustrated and all this and that. And they facilitate right along with the plans and then they come in, oh, yeah. What did Joe Biden do about that? What is he doing anything to do with the border, him or Kamala? But you voted this beast gut fucking shit, piece of shits in there, including Kamala, nigger looking sucking ass. Nigger looking. She ain't to me. Because you married a Jew. Get out of my face. And he's controlling your dumb ass. So you're a nigger in my book. Now you prove that to me in itself. You know, what are you doing about it? You know what I'm saying? Now we see they're saying that he wants to turn her over to her. Now he's saying, I am not going to plead out to a lie. I wouldn't plead out to a lie. Lee said at a fundraiser hosted by the family of the faith ministry, I am not going to cooperate with evil. That's right. I don't follow Christianity, but he is right. So if you want to call it evil, then that's what it is with their evil ass. But he said he's not going to cooperate with evil. This is bigger than me. And he's right. New York reached out to Trump spokesperson and lead lawyers via email for comments. In Fulton County, Trump and 17 other co-defendants have been indicted. No, 17 co-defendants and whatever Trump has been criminally accused and indicted and set up into a criminal situation. So you could say the 17 and Trump were set up into a criminal shit as co-defendants, you know what I'm saying, and were criminally indicted by criminals who criminally indicted on accusation, that accusation, not the truth, accusation doesn't speak truth. Accusations are just accusations, like me saying that there was $10 on the table and I'm accusing you of taking it when I took it. So I'm spitting out accusations of nothing that means nothing really other than trickery game relating to the alleged attempt to overturn the election. Allege. What are you talking about? Who alleged anything? There was no allege. So that word is null and void here. You garbage. Just the same as you're using the word accusation. The meaning of both words does not stand in the court of law. Whether you allege or accuse someone of something. But it is used in a propagandical wordplay, psychological, reverse psychology. Bullshit, though. Now, talking about, he said, Fanny the nutcase ass jackass nigger Wills accused relating to attempt to overturn the 2020 election, as well as violating state racketeering, influence, and corruption organization, the RICO Act. That's a bullshit. That's a bullshit, and you know it. There is no accusation of not. There's no accusation or alleged that could bring about a racketeering, influence, and corruption organization. You're lying, mother Scott. What is you talking about? So you're accusing people of shit that you went and tried to squeeze in as truth. Okay, 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 okay. Like I said, they believe they could tell you any fucking thing and y'all go right along with it. You know what I'm saying? We see there's another Christian movement that is changing our policies. It has nothing to do with whiteness or nationalism in itself. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? This is probably what we need to hear. Now, by analysts, this is by analysts by John Blake, CNN News, 8 hours ago, Eastern Standard Time. You know what I'm saying? From what we see in here. From what we see in here. You know what I'm saying? But we see here where just days before he would lead an up proceeding strike against the big three automakers, Sean Fain, or whatever his name is, the president of the United Auto Workers, you know what I'm saying, did something extraordinary. Fain, a middle-aged, uh, uh, I guess, what? Spectacle or whatever I call bispectacle man, by spectacle man who could pass for a high school science teacher, was warning auto workers they would probably have to strike, citing resistance by the automakers. Oh yeah, you know they're gonna resist everything when it comes to the auto workers. You know they don't give a flying fuck about you. This is the mind frame of the demon democratical businesses in the world today in this United States company. They don't give a fuck about you. They'll kick your ass to the side of the curb just the same and keep it moving. You think they give a fuck about working? You volunteered to work and you became a contractor that was contracted by the business under the contract or whatever you signed, and they're gonna give a fuck about you after. No, they're not. So we need to start to understand that. So when we see the auto workers striking and need to look like a science teacher and was a auto worker, they would probably have to strike, citing the resistance by the CEOs who companies he said made a quarter of a trillion dollars in profits while they nickel and dime the members. Of course, because they were on the corporated demon democratical pride. You know what I mean? We see hundreds of anti-Israel protesters storm the streets in Manhattan calling for the elimination of the Jewish state. You know what I'm saying? Now on this situation here, this is true. There need to be either elimination from that state, removing yourself from that position, or you have to come up with some form of solution of a coexistence. But first of all, before we even go down that road, you know what I'm saying, we need a ceasefire and the persecution and the hell and harem that you have caused by secretly shooting a rocket and sparking the fire, saying that they did it, the Gazan people did it, when it wasn't the Gazan people that did that. The Gazan people have been paying a price for the garbage for living in that region, and you want them to go away. So you will cause any kind of war to happen. Now we see this is coming about Eric Johnson 2 days ago, you know what I'm saying, coming off the radar online. You know what I'm saying? And we see hundreds of protesters out there in New York or wherever in the streets. You know what I'm saying? But we see hundreds of anti-Israel protesters demanding the elimination of the Jewish state storm the Grand Central Terminal in Manhattan on Friday. You know what I'm saying? The crowd demonstration led to to the temporary closure of the station as protesters furiously banged and kicked at the at a locked door. I mean a locked entrance. RadarOnline.com has learned. You know what I'm saying? So you see where you can come in this country and you can protest and carry on, and there was no resistance to the situation. So to bring your racist behavior or your racist mind frame, whether you're Palestinian, white boy, Arab boy, I don't give a flying crap. Get the fuck out of our country if you're not here to truly protest what this is truly needs, what truly needs to happen, and what truly needs to be stopped. According to the New York Post, the demonstrators was part of a large protest called Flood Manhattan for Gaza, which initially started at Columbus Circle. You see? So you can't blame them for wanting to see this to happen because the Palestinians were there before your so-called invasion into that country or spot and then criminally renaming it Israel, and then creating a fake flag and a fake name. You know what I'm saying? Based on exactly who you are. Because when we look at the three words in the word Israel, how are you a Jew? Or how are you something special? Or how are you the 44,000 chosen people? You put that into the minds of the people through using that fake book into believing that bull. That's what you did. And you spread that book all around the world with your behind in it as the most holiest people on the planet so you could get away with any murder, any killing, any slavery, anything that you do. And then wrote in the book all that I just mentioned in that chaos attorney that is okay because God said it's okay for his people. You serious? Okay. Anyway, moving on now. We see Donald Trump only sister Mary Anna, whatever her name is, dies at 86, but the president rages about the range Jack Smith. Uh, Wait a minute. He cares about his sister. He cares about, I'm sure, a lot of things, but was there a good relationship between the two? We must understand. Number two, we don't know what really took place in his family and his time. But one thing we do know is Jack Smith, dumbass, is out to destroy our fucking country. So if he's gonna mourn for his sister, keep that out. Don't come with that jokey fucking shit. What his sister dying has to do with Jack Smith? Jack Smith is a cracker, asshole, jackass of an idiot, moron, dumb fucking idiot. Let's just be honest here. So his sister passing doesn't have anything to do with Jack Smith. Jack Smith is trying to destroy our country from within as well. You know what I'm saying? And he needs to be removed from his position in any shape or form in our government. Him, Fannie Wills, Alan Braggs, and Letitia did not got James. You know what I'm saying? Jackass. You know, they need to be removed. Now we see Ukraine is waking up to reality. Let's see here. Now we see this is coming in by Eula, opinion commentator, contributor, one day ago coming up to him news, saying that Ukraine is partly waking up. But Ukraine won the war of 2022. That was the year of Ukraine victory. Putin troops had to withdraw from Kyiv and Kherson or whatever, and they ran from Kharkiv or whatever. But the year 2023 has not been so good. To me, Ukraine never won the war. Whether Russia ran from there, backed up from there, and stand ground, or whatever the case may be, it wasn't a win. From the very first time Zelensky took office in 2016, during the time of the beginning of Trump and so forth on and killing me and all the blood-sucking idiots, other than Trump, the champion himself, Ukraine lost. From the time Ukraine decided to follow behind the criminally criminal NATO nation garbage, Ukraine lost. As long as Ukraine continued down their racist, redneck, Grand Poobah, Ku Klux Klan, racist, extreme cracker, dumb shit, you've been lost. Same thing go for Antifa and the rest of them that come into Africa and brought nothing good into Africa. You're losing. And you're going to lose. But when you look at 2023, has not been so good. You know what I'm saying? Russia generals have learned from their mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And the learning curve was quite steep. All while engaging Ukraine in a bloody war of, you know what I'm saying, attrition or whatever. At Bukovsk, Russia, erected impregnable, they erected impregnable defense in the south. They laid minefields, you know what I'm saying? Not minefields, but minefields. Hundreds of miles along. Okay? What more? Russia fooled the satellite. You know what I'm saying? What more? Russia fooled the satellite. The Ukrainian South is basically a step Christ crossed, a steep crisis crossed by strips of forest plants to prevent erosion. They are called exactly that. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's called less so for low side. let's suppose something like that, forest strip. Turned out that every forest strip was fortified by Russia, dug inside out, stuffed with troops in stronghold. The Ukrainians relied on the expected digital transparency of the battlefield, missed the preparations. You know what I'm saying? Still, Ukraine troops advanced. They carved out a bridgehead, you know what I'm saying, crushed through the first line of the Russian defense, and you mean Russia didn't want to kill you, you know what I mean, and close in on a major railway hub of Tukmak or whatever, Russia. Counter attacked, trying at all costs to regain lost ground, smash their reserve against the new front line. Ukraine had never seen the likes of it during, you know what I'm saying, excuse me, during the likes of it during the whole war. It was handed, you know what I'm saying, no, it was well, no, during the whole war, it was hand to hand combat in trenches, which emerged enormous, which with enormous losses to Russia in every tactical advantage of Ukraine side. The Ukrainians, you know what I'm saying, was gutting Russia's reserve, but the attacks were not but the attacks were futile. While Putin was uh, spending his best troops, you know what I'm saying, spending his best troops in a rare new, I guess, formidable defense line were created, new mines were, I guess, laid out. The current attack on the, I don't know how to say that word, academia or whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever, is following the same pattern. It's, it's leading to an incredible Russian loss, but it stopped the Ukrainian hope of taking the Tukma, whatever it's called. You know what I'm saying? But Russia, you know what I'm saying, Russia started to properly use electronic countermeasures and new precision lancet drones. Uh, Russians chops Russian choppers are now staying out of range of Ukrainian air defense, using a analog of a famous Israel spike, whatever NLOS non-line of sight missiles with a 9-mile radius. You know what I'm saying? Putin has an enormous stock of, you know what I'm saying, obsolete non-guided air bombs. These were once useless. These were once useless. Russia only had total of a total had a total of air superiority in uh, I guess it's called Mariupol or whatever, Paul or whatever, which Russia planes bombed. So we see the same bullshit. It's not, it's bullshit that the creep Joe Biden and his administration and the demon Democrats and these fucking deep state motherfucker oligarchs and different has caused this war to be. While he tells you lies and bullshit and garbage, he's not telling you that this is all caused because of that. Why should NATO have joined? Why should Ukraine have joined NATO in the first place? I don't get it. I don't get it. Knowing that this will happen, okay, and then why is America giving them weapons and making weapons right here in America as if we're involved and we really agree with this bullshit? He's a fuckhead. And nobody agrees with the bullshit. And stop using our name as the United States as to say we the ones, all the people in the United States is agreeing with this shit. Because I'm sure in other countries, many people don't agree with their government and their bullshit. So don't give me that.